Endeavor, the glory and eternal destiny of man. When a person stands at the ruins of a passing day, weighed down by fatigue, haunted by the specters of defeat, a faint question echoes within, a question only they can hear: should I try again? This question, repeated each morning, is deeper than a personal decision. It is the essence of life itself. Life is not built on achievements, but on the ongoing, sincere, relentless endeavor. Endeavor does not begin in the mind, but in the soul. It is that leap the heart makes before the mind convinces itself it is possible. It is the human choice to be, even when the road ahead is unclear. As the German philosopher Karl Jaspers wrote, every moment we decide to try again is a moment we redefine our existence. Thus, endeavor, across centuries of thought and literature, has remained a shared core for philosophers and writers alike. Nietzsche, Sartre, Camus, Kafka, Tolstoy, Heidegger all converged on one truth. To be human is to keep trying, even in darkness. Nietzsche, endeavor as heroic action beyond success. When Nietzsche spoke of the Übermensch, overman, he did not mean a superhuman figure, but the one who refuses to stop trying. One who falls, rises, falls again, and rises still, because they understand that life's essence is not in victory, but in striving. Nietzsche wrote, "Life without repeated attempts is not life at all, but mere biological survival." In Thus Spoke Zarathustra, Nietzsche paints endeavor as a rebellion against stagnation, the herd, the routine. For him, the worth of trying lies in its risk, in embarking without guarantees, for it is an act of defiance against predetermined fate. Albert Camus, endeavor in the face of absurdity. Camus, in deep existential reflection, asked the most candid question: is life worth living? And his answer exploded with meaning: yes, as long as you keep trying. In the myth of Sisyphus, Camus transforms the tale of endless torment into a mirror of modern human existence. Sisyphus, despite knowing the rock will always fall, keeps pushing it up. Not out of delusion, but because the act of trying dignifies him. When Camus says, "We must imagine Sisyphus happy," he doesn't offer illusion, but a reconciliation with effort, work that appears meaningless externally, yet holds deep internal value. In Camus' view, endeavor is the scream against existential silence. Kafka, endeavor within the maze. Franz Kafka writes from suffocating worlds, no clear outcomes, no light at the end. Yet his characters persist. Joseph K. in the trial tries to understand his accusation, tries to defend himself, even when the system is irrational. Why? Because not trying would erase his identity. Kafka, despite his despair, elevates endeavor to a moral height. One who strives in an unjust world is a resistor. They alone have not forgotten their humanity. In his diaries, Kafka writes, "To try means to admit you haven't surrendered yet, even if nothing seems to change." Tolstoy, endeavor as moral redemption. In his Confessions, Tolstoy asks about life's meaning after having everything: wealth, fame, respect. Yet he found nothing worth waking up for. Then came his answer: from the simple, the peasants, those who strive every day to live with dignity despite their poverty. Tolstoy ties endeavor to ethical life. Trying to be good, even if not perfect. Trying to mend something in a broken world. He writes, "Goodness is not born perfect, but through the continual effort to approach it." Heidegger, endeavor as authentic existence. Martin Heidegger, in his existential philosophy, views man as one who has fallen from his essence, alienated from his true self. Yet through real, sincere endeavor, one can return to authenticity. Endeavor is thus a return to being. It is the reclaiming of the Dasein of presence. Heidegger states, "In the genuine resolve to try, you return to the self that was exiled from you." In this way, endeavor becomes a liberation not only from reality but from inner estrangement. Endeavor in Eastern philosophy. Shall we limit ourselves to the West? In the teachings of Buddha, the Noble Eightfold Path revolves around constant effort to refine behavior, thought, and life's view. He says, even if you stumble, you are closer to liberation than one who has not taken a single step. In Islamic Sufism, we find the concept of mujahada, spiritual striving to elevate the soul despite sins and stumbles. Ibn Atta Allah al-Iskandari says, Perhaps a sin that brings humility is better than an obedience that breeds pride. Here, even trying after failure becomes a path of grace. Endeavor is not a luxury, but a destiny. Ultimately, we must recognize, endeavor is not an optional accessory, it is the fate of those who refuse to be inanimate. It is the daily test of freedom, consciousness, dignity. One who never tries is already dead in spirit. But one who keeps trying lives, though they may fall 1,000 times. The span